Did you know that Mandarin Chinese is the most spoken language in the entire world? This is just one of many reasons why HISD is looking to expand programs that teach the Chinese language and culture to our students. And that includes opening a Mandarin Chinese immersion school this coming fall. Take a look.
China is a fast-growing country, so this is really a good time for American children to learn more about the culture and the language, so in the future they can help the two countries work together to help each other.
Well, I think that's really the way that you learn a language, is to be immersed in it.
We can see ourselves partnering with schools like Culture that have Chinese already. The whole goal of it is that they leave the Chinese immersion school fluent in Mandarin Chinese. An immersion program means the majority of the instruction in pre-kinder and kinder will be in the targeted language of Mandarin Chinese.
1、3，
I will speak in Chinese. 大家好, welcome, come in. Let's 欢迎欢迎. Let's learn. Let's do this. Because if it is a true immersion environment, everyone is speaking to them in Chinese.
So at young age, and they get familiar with the rhythm, and they begin to feel it.
新年好呀，新年好呀。
I think students at an early age, they're more curious, so they're more apt to learn.
3， they see me, they just say 恭喜恭喜快乐 from the kindergartners, and I'm just so amazed to hear that.
My grandson is actually the one who would be applying for the program, and his mom works for an international company. She sees the competition right there in her organization.
你真棒。
And the benefit of knowing more than one language.
6， how about 6？
Especially with all the commerce that's going on with China, I think that would only be an asset in the job market.
You are the best gift. 谢谢。
It's a key aspect of every global citizen's education, is to learn about other countries and other cultures.
In China, most kids will start their English learning from the elementary school. So that's really great for the American people to begin to be interested in Chinese, begin to want to know more about China. This is really great, fantastic.
There is no doubt that the children were in this immersion program will be prepared as a global citizen.
Joining me now to talk about the district's new Mandarin Chinese language immersion school is my fellow board member, Harvin Moore. Moore took the lead in proposing this new magnet school, and he has visited China many times. With him is Bryan, who was recently named as the school's principal. Thank y'all for coming today. Harvin, I know you led the charge for the Mandarin Chinese school. Can you tell us a little bit about your passion for languages?
Absolutely. Well, first, I think that the acquisition of a foreign language is really an important skill that we need to impart to our kids. And frankly, there's a lot of things we do well in HISD, and this is not where we use the best practices. Although I think our foreign language program is very good, given the limited resources that it has, the fact is that the way for kids to learn another language is to learn it very early and to be learning it every day. And frankly, immersion or dual language programs are the very best way. And we have several dual language programs in Spanish, which are highly successful, highly sought after. Kids come in from private school to attend these schools. There's a waiting list. But I thought, and the superintendent agreed that Mandarin Chinese is a very important language in the world now. And so to give our kids the opportunity to learn Mandarin Chinese in a way where they will really become proficient and then fluent early in their lives, when it's easiest to do so, is something we really need to make happen.
Now, you've been to China.
Been to China, and then I've been to some of these programs in other cities, and one of them was in San Diego. So we're going to follow a proven model. It's going to be our own take on it, and we're very excited to have Bryan as the principal for the school. But I mean, this is something that has been done before extremely successfully in Spanish, right here in HISD. Like I said, in San Diego, Washington, and Utah. There are some other great examples of that.
It's a great opportunity for Houston to bring in new languages that we haven't had in classes before. Bryan, can you tell us a little bit about the program and how you foresee it?
The goal of the program is not just to expose our students to Chinese, but to teach them through Chinese. So whereas Mandarin is the language of instruction, it's not the end goal of itself. And so it's a byproduct. The students will be receiving instruction beginning in kindergarten, 90% in Mandarin, 10% in English, and then phasing out to about 50-50 by second grade. So while they're learning the same state standards and objectives, they're learning it through Mandarin and getting both in the end.
Harvin, we currently have a couple of schools that have Chinese language. Maybe tell us a little bit more about the differences and the nuances and where we hope to go with this program.
Sure. HISD currently has, I believe, 11 schools, it may be 12, that teach Mandarin Chinese. Wow. Several elementary schools. Coulter is probably the best known. It's a foreign language magnet that's also in your district, District 5. In the Bel Air, south of Bel Air. And that's very successful. It was most recently added at Northline Elementary in the north side of town. We teach it all the way through high school at several high schools, Bel Air, Lamar, West Side, several high schools.
Pin Oak Middle School, Pershing Middle School have Mandarin Chinese.
So it's out there already. But, as I say, the model in America, it's not just HISD. The model in America for learning a foreign language is it's an elective in high school. And you're just not going to learn it. And what's interesting, I think, is that you get such a diverse population that sign up for these schools. We have more than 140 people so far.
It's around there now, yes.
I mean, it was just we just voted on this, a couple months ago.
Right.
And many months away from the opening of the school, and it's really capturing people. They're coming in from not only other HISD schools, very popular ones, Westview, Briar Grove, River Oaks, but also from private schools, and they're coming in because I think the parents realize this is a shrewd move for their kids. When you think about it, in a competitive world, in an international world like we have now, when you come out of school, in addition to having a solid education and being good at math and all the other, and science, to also be able to speak a language that, absolutely the largest spoken language in the world, 1.3 billion or so people speak it, it gives you an edge. And I think these parents are, recognize that and want their kids to have that edge. So this is not for everybody.
A couple questions for you, Bryan.
Yes.
I know you've lived in China.
I have, yes. It was part of my grad degree. I was in China for about a year in Hangzhou, China. I was studying at Zhejiang Daxue and Zhejiang University, a little bit southwest of Shanghai. And so that was my own immersion environment, taking classes at a Chinese university and getting a chance to live the local lifestyle. And it was the best way for me to learn the language.
And I know this program we're going to start in kindergarten through second grade and then progress from there.
Exactly.
And it's important as a pre-K in kindergarten because the development of the languages starts at that time and it's a critical point, so it's easier. Maybe you can tell us about how you see it implementing.
Well, language shows that the earlier a child learns a language, the more closer to native their fluency becomes. So our reasoning is if we start them when they're first beginning their literacy abilities, as they progress through, by the time they exit in 5th grade, they'll be at near native fluency, if not native fluency. And that is our goal.
So hopefully our students, when someone from China comes and speaks Mandarin, they won't have an accent?
No accent, and able to pick up any Chinese language book, Mandarin book on the shelves, and able to read it without a question.
You might also tell us the school and the location and how they can apply for it.
Well, right now we're accepting applications through the Magnet Department website, which you can find through HISD. We will be located at what is now Gordon Elementary at Bissonnette and Avenue B in Bel Air.
Great, great. Well, I appreciate both of y'all coming today. Bryan, I look forward to seeing great things coming out of your school. And Harvin, thank you so much for making this program happen. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Thank
Mike.
you.
Thank y'all.